What is up, everyone? And thank you for checking out Don't Say the F Word. We are a pro wrestling and combat sports podcast. We do not use the F word when we talk about professional wrestling. You shouldn't let your friends use it either. But let's start off with our theme music from I Hate Vonnie on Instagram.
COD, double up, hands on the Kimbo, the clip on the extendo, the stick that I'm clutching in a kendo. Count to three, then I ring the bell, make them hands get the race. The cadence so raw, bro, the mic flow on nitro, it bang like some thunder, it's no wonder they be praised. The necklace on Tundra, you reaching it up 6 feet, I put them in a pack, on a Lundra, I'm blaze. Keeping it a stack, boy, them shots have been grazing. All these niggas whack, though, you're not worth engaging. I'm that amazing, don't make the boy black news, you turn you to a stain, I'm on your head like some Beijing. Push me to the edge while y'all down on that Sam Hill. Covered by the blood, but it ain't my boy, them fangs real. Claiming God body, niggas Christian with them things pale. Metal in my hands, pray to Christ, boy, that thing still. Got your mama fruiting on your corpse, how that pain feel. I've been all alone on my life in my lane still. Standing up on business, I've been about that action. So bring your whole faction if your gang real.
I hate Vonnie.
Got it out the mud, now I'm swimming in this dope.
Looks like we got the illegal brother-in-law, Joe. Get ready to drop in. Big guy Jeremy will be here any second. We're going to be covering the week in pro wrestling. We're going to talk WWE, AEW. We're going to look ahead to WrestleMania. We're going to talk maybe some of our favorite WrestleMania moments. Currently, we are watching the WWE YouTube 24/7. Joe, how you doing, bud?
Oh, doing good.
What are you eating?
Huh?
What you eating?
KFC.
Wendy's.
KFC. Yeah. They had a deal going on to get like 5 free chicken nuggets. So,
You got free nuggets?
if you order $10 or more, yeah. So that 5 free nuggets, you know what I'm saying?
That's interesting, Joe. You got free nuggets, and well, I don't have any nuggets.
Oh, your buddy got the rest of the nuggets. So sorry.
Wow, that's messed up.
I know.
I can't see anything. Oh my God, I'm gone. Oh, it's just a hat.
It's your orange friend, girl. Your orange friend. She ain't we'll talk to you there.
Joe, I'm going to ask you a question really quick, just because right now on WWE's YouTube, they're showing Drew McIntyre versus Bobby Lashley.
Okay.
Do you think that Bobby Lashley should not be in a faction? Do you think he's a better loner?
He's better with MVP.
I think everyone is better with MVP, Joe.
Yeah. I say as long as he got MVP, and when he had Kenny Kingston with him, he was great. I don't know. You don't know Kenny Kingston, but okay.
I am not familiar with Kenny Kingston.
Okay.
I know Eddie Kingston. Are they related?
No. Google TNA. You'll see it.
Joe, I have a feeling if I Google TNA, I'm going to end up with something very different than professional wrestling.
Oh, they updated that site. You good. You good.
Okay. I don't want to get in trouble.
You good.
I'm too young for that stuff.
You good now.
It's really, it seems like that's an offensive name.
No.
I think most people don't associate that with total nonstop action.
That's back in the day. They fixed that. It's up to date. It's boobies now, so you good. You good.
What about Drew? Do you think Drew needs a manager of some sort?
a loner. He's a loner.
You think?
He's good being a loner.
I thought he was good being paired up with Dolph Ziggler.
Nah, that was never that great.
You don't think that was great?
Nah, it wasn't that great. It was good.
They were like a modern
it
age HBK and Diesel.
It was good, but you knew it was gonna last that long.
That's true. Dolph was just a vehicle to bring Drew to the main roster.
That's all it was.
I think Drew's doing great work right now.
Yeah.
I think I think he's a good jerk. He's been being a jerk lately, and he's really good at it.
I mean, you want to be a heel, where do you start at? Talk about CM Punk. Talk about Seth. Who knows?
Is it really being a heel speaking negatively of CM Punk?
Yeah. When
you think? I mean, Punk should be a heel in WWE, right? He shouldn't be a babyface. That's a misstep on their part, really. 'Cause everything Drew says is true.
But he came back in Chicago, in his hometown, babyface.
I think that's the only place he should be a babyface. I agree with Jeremy on this one. Punk should be a babyface in Chicago and a heel everywhere else.
Okay. I ain't going to say that, but that's how it is. They picked him as a babyface. The crowd loved. Well, I'll say the crowd picked him as a babyface more than the writer did.
I guess. Well, without any further ado, I'm going to get Jeremy in here. I think today's show is brought to you guys by Chicken Nuggets. So big shout out to our sponsor, Chicken Nuggets. Yeah, get your chicken nugs.
Chicken nuggets at the bottom. Mm-hmm.
Did you guys just say we were sponsored by Chicken Nuggets?
Ain't that the sponsor of the day? Chicken Nuggets?
I didn't think we were sponsored by Chicken Nuggets. Maybe we are sponsored. I mean, what's the rule? I guess, I mean, you're currently being fueled by Chicken Nuggets.
Yeah.
I had some Chicken Nuggets earlier. So I guess technically the show is brought to everyone by some Chicken Nuggets today.
Chicken Nuggets it is. I'm okay with Chicken Nuggets.
Hey, I'm not upset with it by any means. So don't say the F word. Pro Wrestling Combat Sports Podcast brought to you today by Chicken Nuggets.
Chicken Nuggets.
From nowhere specific, just as long as it's chicken and it's a nugget.
I would say. I'm going to say Wendy's got the best chicken nuggets.
And that's where mine came from.
And
big shout out to Wendy's.
And KFC, they nuggets. Oh, they good. They better.
You think KFC's nuggets better than Wendy's nuggets?
Right now, these bad boys are good. Yeah.
That's right. We got Biscuit, the Slap Happy Hippie, in the comments. He's giving his shout out to Chicken Nuggets.
Hold up. I got overruled. McDonald's got the best chicken nuggets.
See, now I'm going to disagree. McDonald's does not have the best chicken nuggets. They can't. Can they? Nah.
Wait. Never mind. Chick-fil-A got the best chicken nuggets.
Again, I have no opinion of Chick-fil-A. I don't remember eating there. Again, my daughter and my wife, your sister, say we went to Chick-fil-A. Man, I don't remember eating their food. I don't remember being in the building. I'm pretty sure I had a concussion at the time, and I don't remember it.
All right. I got you. Yeah, with the bird on it. Chick-fil-A got the best nuggets overall.
Biscuit says McDonald's nuggets dipped in an Oreo McFlurry.
I see.
That's interesting. We got Dynamite Dave in here, Redline Radio, checking us out.
Oh, no.
Oh, man, I don't know about dipping a McNugget in a McFlurry. I mean, I'll dip some fries in a McFlurry or some fries and some vanilla ice cream. Dipping Wendy's fries in a Frosty. All about that.
I would do it. I see it on TikTok. Somebody did it before on TikTok. They said it was good.
I mean, I'm not saying I wouldn't try it, I guess, but I don't think I'm going to seek it out. Salty meets sweet, yeah. Yeah, see, Dave's saying Wendy's fries and the Frosty. Today I tried the orange Frosty. Mark told me, get the orange Frosty. He said he eats anything orange. Man, it was good. Like, it was good.
I got someone to stop this week.
Yeah. So you got to get the little keychain in the wintertime to get you free Frosties for the whole year. You get a free junior Frosty if you stop into Wendy's. That way you don't go crazy. You don't get the large Frosty because that's like 900 calories or some shit. Burger King used to have bacon and chocolate sundae. Really?
They did.
I didn't know that.
It was a seasonal thing. Seasonal. It didn't last that long because nobody didn't get it.
I never even knew that. I seen that like Sonic does a lot of stuff with doing bacon and different things. They did some bacon peanut butter milkshake not that long ago. But they're known for doing crazy shit. That's like pulling up and getting fair food going to a Sonic.
Go with that, yeah.
Yeah, Sonic's got good food. Biscuit says that thing was amazing. Dave's saying Burger King Hershey pie is good.
Oh,
Burger King Hershey. So is that their like chocolate pie thing?
Yeah, the chocolate pie. You never had that?
I think I've had it.
Okay, I'm about to say you better have that. That's the best one. Huh?
They used to have a Reese peanut butter cup one too, didn't they? Or am I thinking of somewhere else?
No, they did. They had both at one time, but the Hershey took over. Everybody liked the Hershey better.
What happened to Burger King, man? It's like there ain't Burger Kings around no more.
Well,
they just keep dropping off.
The one by the mall, it was the best one. The one on Cleveland Street, that was a wreck.
Maple bacon donut is good, Dave says. And Dave says, Dave, you're saying Burger King sucks? I disagree. Hey, I think BK is better than McDonald's.
BK got the best onion rings, so kind of loud.
Biscuit says Burger King's nuggets suck. I don't think I've ever had a Burger King nugget.
Okay, I agree with that one. He's right.
But they got chicken fries.
The nuggets ain't that great though. I can agree with that.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had their chicken nuggets.
The nuggets, they kind of like dry when you can bite out of them. They're kind of dry.
Biscuit's got a Burger King like 10 miles away from him. See, there's one a few miles from my house, but there used to be like 4. They used to be all over the place.
Went downtown, took over.
Dave says Redline Radio is great. That's great self-promotion, Dave. Way to throw it in there. I'm gonna drop into some Redline things just plug Don't Say the F Word.
You should do that.
Man, Burger King has the great value version of Biscuit says the Burger King's nuggets are a great value version of a nugget. I mean, Burger King's burgers are good. Like, they have a good burger. They got a good pickle. I don't like the Whopper, though.
Get the Bacon King. That's what I'm saying. Get the Bacon King.
So I have issues whenever I go to a lot of fast food places. So, like, I gotta get the cheapest thing. The cheapest thing that maximizes my food. Like,
get the chicken sandwich.
So, like, if I go to Wendy's, I get whatever their double stack biggie bag is, and then I just add extra lettuce, extra pickles, extra tomato to that burger.
What?
I'm not giving Wendy's $9 for Dave's triple. I'm not doing it. It ain't worth $9. I ain't giving them $9 for that shit. I'm not gonna do it.
It's bigger. It's way better.
But I don't need it to be bigger. I don't need Wendy's giving me a half a pound of what they're calling beef and trying to give me like 1,100 calories in a burger that is going to be all in the bun mostly. I'm going to be hungry in an hour anyway. I can get that shit for $7 if I get the double stack biggie bag.
That is true.
That's just me though. Like Joe, I'm cheap. I got money, but I'm cheap. Like, I can't.
I'm cheap too, but I still go out big when I go hungry. Now I gotta eat. I gotta eat good.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I look at not just, I don't know, man. For me, it's just, is it worth what they're charging? Like, I'll pay for something that's worth what it costs. But, and yeah, inflation sucks, and the fast food prices are insane. We're never getting a McChicken for $1 again. It ain't gonna happen.
Hey, the best thing I say is be like me. When I got the kid, I get $5 biggie bag, get 2 chicken sandwiches. Bam, there you go, $10, 10.50 right there.
Yeah, like and I'm not cheap. I'm not cheap to a point like I'm gonna get like something that's terrible, but like I'm not getting hustled at a drive-through. It ain't gonna happen to me. I ain't the one. They want me to be the one, and I ain't the one to fall for that nonsense.
Well, did you hear what Wendy's doing next year?
Now, I heard they're talking about like doing like what they call it, like at certain times they're gonna raise their prices or whatever.
Yeah, they're gonna do like a Uber with the rise the price on certain. So let's just say 10 o'clock, the value meal is like I don't know $8.99. Then like come 1 or 2 lunch hour, it's gonna be like $12.
So whenever they're busier, their food's gonna be more expensive.
Yeah.
So an increase in demand is going to be an increase in price. Yeah, Biscuit. Me and Joe. We're both in Ohio. We're a little outside of Cleveland. I mean, I'm surprised it's taken fast food this long to go with surge pricing. I mean, I mean, I don't know how it's going to. I heard they took a lot of backlash from people.
Oh, they did.
Yeah, I did hear about Mark Coleman, Biscuit. Yeah, what a crazy story that is. Joe, did you hear about Mark Coleman?
What happened with him?
You know Mark Coleman from the UFC pioneer.
Oh,
he's from Columbus. He
got bit in the arm.
Helped bring. Yeah, Dave is from Ohio too. Mark Coleman. He's been really getting his life back on track. He had some addiction struggles for years, and he's really turned over a new leaf in life, and he's getting in great shape. He was very motivated, very positive over the last, probably a couple of years, at least a year. He lived with his parents. They had a house fire, and Mark Coleman's dog, he had a Rottweiler named Hammer, because, he's from Hammer House. Mark Coleman, prestigious Hammer House gym in Columbus, Ohio. Him, Kevin Randleman, they did great things in the UFC, and they went over to Pride and dominated. The whole ground and pound style of early UFC was Mark Coleman and Kevin Randleman wrote the blueprint on that. Kevin Randleman, after retiring, actually lived in Sandusky.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Randleman, his family's from Sandusky area. I think Kevin Randleman passed away a few years back too. But Mark Coleman, everybody constantly, Coleman's a great guy. But his dog, his Rottweiler, woke him up to alert him to the house fire. And Mark Coleman was able to get his parents out of the house, and he went back in to try and rescue his dog. And he suffered from smoke inhalation. He was hospitalized for a little while. Sadly, his dog Hammer did not make it. But Mark Coleman and his dog Hammer are heroes. They saved his parents' lives. So I think that anyone who's not following Mark the Hammer Coleman, give him a follow on Instagram. Show your support. UFC, he very early in the UFC. He did come back post Zuffa days, but he was a dominant fighter in no holds bar fighting in Pride. Kevin Randleman versus Fedor in Pride was one of the craziest fights ever. Fedor won, but all everybody talked about was how Kevin Randleman was able to ragdoll him. It was very, very crazy. Yeah, Mark Coleman had a close relationship with Stipe Miocic's coach, Marcus Marinelli from Strong Style Gym. Strong Style, closely affiliated with Hammer House, and Louis Simmons from Westside Barbell. So they got deep-rooted Ohio connections there. My coach where I was fighting was a training partner of Marcus Marinelli. They trained together, a part of the Fujiwara family under Bart Vale. So that's my 6 degrees of separation from Mark Coleman. I've never met Mark Coleman, but I know people who knew Mark and spent some time at Hammer House. So crazy story. And
That is crazy.
dogs are amazing.
Yeah.
Dogs are amazing.
Dogs are the thing.
Joe, as I sit here and I got WWE's 24/7 best WrestleMania moments going on YouTube. What is your top WrestleMania match? I'll let you know what? Top 3. I won't make you pick one. One's not fair.
Okay. It's gonna be Shawn Undertaker 1. First one.
Okay. Shawn Taker 1.
Okay. Next would be TLC.
TLC is a good one.
Third.
Biscuit Man, and you go currently, you can go from the past. You can start WrestleMania 1. I don't care. Whatever your top 3. Doesn't have to be best match quality, just your personal top 3.
And third would be Razor Shawn ladder match.
Razor Shawn. So you got 2 ladder matches involved. You got TLC, Razor and Shawn, and
Undertaker,
Taker and Shawn.
1.
Well, you got 2 HBK matches in there. My top 3. This is without giving this a whole hell of a lot of thought. Damn. I made this really hard on myself.
See?
Okay, Biscuit's got Undertaker, Brett, Shawn guest referee. Yeah, I think that was SummerSlam. Yeah, I think that was SummerSlam. I'm gonna go, man, probably Macho and Steamboat WrestleMania 3. I'm going to go Shawn Brett Iron Man match. And I got to go Austin Bret Hart. I quit match. Well, submission match. And that Ken Shamrock guest referee in that one. No. UFC connection already in the show.
There you go.
Yeah. So I think, yeah. Wow. You had 2 Shawns. I had 2 Bretts.
Hey. I just picked I would say the career versus street would have been good, but the first one was way better. The first one they had was way better.
Yeah. It's interesting that they used that to catapult the end of Shawn's career to get to the finish. It's weird how we came full circle in that. Shawn's initial retirement was from the injury with Taker. And then bring it around and Taker retires him. I don't count the return of Shawn Michaels at Saudi Arabia. I pretend that didn't happen.
I think everybody does. Everybody does.
Yeah. At least he got that money. He got that Saudi money.
He said if it wasn't for the money, he would have stayed retired.
Yeah. I didn't mean to pick 2 Bret Hart matches. But it does bring us around to us having a conversation about Bret Hart. Definitely not the intentional segue by any means. But what was it you sent me earlier?
It said Big E forgave what's his name?
Rich Holland.
Rich Holland for almost paralyzing. Draws forgave D'Lo for paralyzing.
Yeah.
So, Tyson
Kidd forgave Samoa
Joe for almost paralyzing him. Brett and Goldberg, fuck you.
Yeah. Thank you for checking us out, Biscuit. Everybody, go check out Biscuit's Instagram. Biscuit's out there slap fighting. Go give him a follow. He's a day oneer for us. We appreciate you, Biscuit. So yeah, Bret Hart and still carrying his grudge against Goldberg, and Goldberg's in the news all this week because I guess
he's mad about his streak.
Yeah, man, he pissed off the internet wrestling community for not knowing Asuka's name and referring to her as some Japanese girl.
Yeah.
And being mad they just kind of gave his streak away.
Yeah. I'll be more mad if a guy got my streak over more than a female.
So I'll circle back to Goldberg, but I think I replied to you something like, "Yeah, that's typical Bret," but I got my own issues with Bret Hart, and you want to know why I have beef with Bret Hart. Here's the thing. People are gonna want to drag me in the comments that I don't like Bret Hart, and that's not it. I do like Bret Hart. His in-ring is always great in ring. Nope, undeniable in the ring, Bret Hart. Mm-hmm. Absolutely undeniable. On the mic, that's shaky. He had his moments where things were really good, and there's a few things from Bret Hart on the mic that stand out in my data bank. What I consider to be the beginning of the Attitude Era. I give credit to Bret Hart. And a lot of people don't think so, but I think Bret's original work shoot promo, whenever he had the cage match on Raw while they were taking down Big Blue, and he cut that promo on Vince, I think that was the start of the Attitude Era, because that was the first moment where we were pulling back the curtain a little bit. Vince is being referred to as being the guy in charge, which no one really kind of knew. Bret didn't come right out and say it, but it was kind of, you know it, I know it, everybody in that damn locker room knows it, blah, blah, blah. So I think that's like one of the key Bret Hart promos that stands out in my brain. His promo with Shawn whenever Bret was in the wheelchair, and he told Shawn that, you want to hit me, but you don't got the insides to do it. Yeah, that was there was some passion in that promo from Bret Hart. A lot of Bret stuff, there wasn't a lot of passion behind it. So on the mic, mid. He was mid on the mic. My issues with Bret come from a lot of post-career stuff with Bret and everything around the Montreal Screwjob. Because as you know, and I've said here before, I think the Montreal Screwjob may have been but my issues with Bret around the Screwjob are Bret talks so much about, protecting stuff in the business and protecting his image, and Bret's the one who didn't protect the business in that moment. Bret's the one who wouldn't do business. Bret's the guy who broke down the kayfabe, did the WCW thing in the ring. All his behavior after the fact, wasn't him doing anything to protect the business. And the fact that he wouldn't, do the job, he carried that grudge like somehow he was victimized, and convinced us that he was victimized because we were teenagers and we were easily convinced of that. And the reality was that dude just didn't want to do his job. And he went on for years playing the victim. And he plays the victim with the Bill Goldberg situation. Bill Goldberg did not end Bret Hart's career.
Gave him a concussion. He kicked him in the face.
Bret wrestled after that. Brett wrestled several matches after that.
The concussion did something to him. I don't know what the hell the concussion did to him, but he keep blaming that concussion he got from Bill Goldberg messed up his in-ring abilities.
Probably. But that wasn't his final match. Brett probably did more damage because he continued to wrestle after having a concussion. That's Brett's fault. That's not Goldberg's fault. I've been concussed. I've been concussed. They tell you, don't get hit in the head after you've been concussed. Protect your brain for a little while. Brett kept doing matches. Don't quote me because I don't know if I'm right, but my memory wants to say he wrestled 6 matches after the Goldberg match.
Yeah, something.
Bro, see if I can find it really quick.
Yeah, something with Mr. Perfect. I know that. Well,
how many matches did Bret Hart have after Goldberg?
After Goldberg.
So they faced off Starrcade 99. He continued the match.
Like every concussed person, they don't know that you can cuss. So, hey.
He wrestled on 3 episodes of Nitro and 2 episodes of Thunder. Following it, he wrestled Goldberg, Jerry Flynn, and Kevin Nash. And he wrestled in house shows. Competed in 8 total matches after the kick.
Oh. I didn't know that part.
He wrestled Goldberg again after the kick, Jerry Flynn, and Kevin Nash. All guys who weren't gonna. It wasn't gonna be wrist lock to chin lock. Like he was taking Impact after he knew he had a concussion.
Yeah, I'm not answering.
So, did Goldberg end Bret Hart's career? Or did Bret Hart not taking care of his brain after getting concussed end Bret Hart's career for a while? He did come back and do the Vince McMahon thing, but I don't think we should count that.
I don't got an answer. I thought this whole time I thought he was after that kick. It was his last match. That was his last match when he got
8 more matches.
But from what I'm recognizing as he got the kick, then after the kick, he was doing all special guest referees in certain matches after that. I don't remember.
No, he wrestled 8 times.
Yeah, I don't remember the 8 matches after that part. I remember he did refereeing, and then after that referee one of the last referee match, that was it. He was gone.
Yeah. So memory's a funny thing. I guess maybe that concussion was real bad, and Brett don't remember those 8 matches. But the history books will show he wrestled 8 times after the Goldberg kick, and I get it. Those times were different, but he can't blame Goldberg because he was reckless after the concussion. I don't think that's fair. Just my opinion. I don't know. Got a question for you, Joe. We're going to kick over and run going down on the gram.
Ooh, okay.
The Rock states that he made wrestling cool again. See, look at that. You're questioning the Rock statement too. He says it. This is from The Rock. The Rock has made pro wrestling cool and exciting again. The Rock has made pro wrestling unpredictable, and he's changed the game and raised the bar again. The Rock is the most electric, disruptive, distinctive, and hottest heel professional wrestling has seen in the last 20 years. You're welcome.
Okay. I would say he made wrestling cool back in our era. I would say right now, he's making changes with the promos, calling people out, saying more foul language, making it more adult entertaining. I wouldn't say he's the greatest heel now.
Do you think he's the greatest heel in the last 20 years?
No.
Who do you think is the greatest heel in the last 20 years?
Oh, damn. I need life. I need card dash for this one. Ooh. The last 20 years, the greatest heel. My first one, I would say, if he still was this person, I would say 05 to 011, Randy Orton, his heel.
So I would also say in the last 20 years, Randy Orton's probably the greatest heel.
That would be
most recent era, it's MJF all day.
I'll go between him and Gunther.
So I think they're two very different heels. Gunther and MJF are two very different heels. Gunther's a great heel character. He's a big guy. He's a foreign guy. He's dominant. But Gunther doesn't have a babyface adversary who is his equal. He may have it with Chad Gable. Chad Gable may be able to be that guy for Gunther. Whenever I look at the mid-card of WWE historically, I think you got to have a great IC champion needs a great foil. So if you're a heel IC champ, you need a great baby face chasing you down. You need some back and forth. Austin and Rock had it with each other with the IC title. Triple H and Rock had it with the IC title. Jericho had it. You know, everyone who's been a great IC champ in the mid card has had that for their heel run. They've had a great baby face chasing them down. Gunther hasn't had that. It's probably going to be Chad Gable. At least it should be. MJF. Yeah. MJF was just a perfect asshole in AEW. In the way that a wrestling heel is supposed to be. The fans booed him because they were supposed to, because he was doing all the right things. I agree with Cody. The Rock's not really a heel. He just seems like an asshole. MJF was an asshole because he was such a good heel. I don't think The Rock made wrestling cool again. I think The Rock brought some non-wrestling fans to the product of WWE. Mm-hmm. Finn Balor made wrestling cool again. The Bullet Club made wrestling cool again, man. We wouldn't be where we're at today with the product on both shows if not for the Bullet Club. And Finn Balor, Carl Anderson, Tama Tonga. Even AJ Styles is the second leader of the Bullet Club. The Young Bucks, Kenny Omega. Yujiro Tanahashi.
Hey, they got a lot of members. You got to say him.
I can't name them all, but all those guys, the OGs, man. And I don't even like Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, but they made wrestling cool again. They made wrestling punk rock again.
You know what's crazy? I was watching this video the other day, and they said if you was to count every member that had been in the Bullet Club, you would have over 125 members. They didn't name
and look at the impact they've had.
They didn't name them all, but it would be over 125 members.
That's why I argue Bullet Club is the best faction ever.
Mm-hmm.
Greatest faction of all time. So I did the article earlier in the week talking about LA Knight, and you and I spoke about it, and I thought, hey, they're kind of dropping the ball on LA Knight. He's kind of drifting off into the background with The Rock, and he can't really do his normal shtick because it just kind of seems like he's doing The Rock shtick on a show The Rock was already on.
Mm-hmm.
And man, they switched it up on us with LA Knight this week.
They did. They did the whole Triple H and Randy Orton household.
That's where you went to? See, I didn't. My brain didn't go Triple H, Randy Orton.
Oh, you went to Stone Cold and then what?
Yeah, I went Austin to Pillman's house, and Pillman's got it done.
Yeah.
I mean, we got the same.
Yeah, but that's the first one that popped in my head when you seen the house, how nice it was, how they did it all outside and everything. That's
Who
Randy
keeps
Orton.
leaking AJ Styles' address? Samoa Joe did it to the guy. He needs to move. He lives in
he stays in
a bad neighborhood.
No, he doesn't say. I ain't gonna say it. If you go to Greensboro right now, if you go in the countryside, you can see his house. He got a big ass farm and yard and everything. You'll see it. Ain't hard.
Well, he needs better security because people keep getting it to his house, so he needs to figure something out. Maybe he should rejoin Bullet Club and get some protection. That's what I think.
You gotta think about it. He lives in the country where who want to come all the way out to the country, and then they do on on his property. He can shoot your ass if you don't tell him who he is. He can shoot you and get away with it.
I guess. I don't know. I feel like too many people are getting to AJ Styles' house to try and cause trouble with him. But if we're going to lean LA Knight a little bit more Stone Cold, since his character is kind of on that line of The Rock and Austin, if we're going to drift a little bit to the Stone Cold side, I'm here for it. My question is, how do we do it? How's he go from electrifying people and with everybody singing L.A. Knight? Yeah. How do you make him a badass?
You need to give him a belt. He needs a belt.
Give him a belt?
He needs a belt.
I'm going to argue you got to give him some color.
And you got to give him the right opponent that nobody would never think he could beat. And that's AJ Styles.
So if you had the pencil, you have LA Knight beat AJ Styles at WrestleMania?
If you beat AJ Styles at WrestleMania, that will boost up his career. That will boost up his momentum. Everybody will be behind him.
I think he should lose to AJ Styles at WrestleMania. I think it should be a last man standing match. I think LA Knight should get split open. I think AJ Styles should put him in a submission hold him in it while he's bleeding. And I think LA Knight should pass out from the pain and never tap out and never give up. And then I think the OC should come out and they should beat down LA Knight and rejoin AJ Styles.
OC, they done. OC done with.
I don't know, man. How do you make it's Brett and Austin. You got to do a double turn. How do you make AJ a solidified heel and make LA Knight a solidified babyface and give him that Steve Austin style moniker of being the world's toughest son of a bitch? You got to have that point where he's beaten down and every other man would quit, but not LA Knight. He's going to persevere. He's going to push through it. His body's going to give up, but not his heart. He's got to have that moment. It's got to happen for him.
It's going to happen, but it's going to happen.
Maybe it could happen, right?
It could happen, yeah. But right now, fan-wise, he's on Stone Cold level. But he can't be like Stone Cold. He's not a Stone Cold, if that makes sense.
Nobody is. There's no next Steve Austin. There's just one. And he might be back for WrestleMania.
I heard.
There's plans for Austin, allegedly. They're plans for Taker, plans for Cena, possibly plans for Punk.
He is. And there's one more. Damn. Rikishi.
I would have to imagine we do something with Rikishi at the end of the Uso match, where he reunites them.
That'd be like saying Jimmy gonna kick his own dad in the face.
You think?
That would be Jimmy. Say Jimmy would kick his own dad in the face for trying to reunite them back together. That's how I see it. You want Jimmy to be a badass heel, he'll have to kick his daddy in the face. Or vice versa. If you want to get back together, Jay would kick his dad in the face and reunite. Turn Jay back into a heel.
You don't think we'd do a babyface run with them back together again? I mean, they haven't been separated very long.
They were better. The Usos were better as a heel tag team champion.
I agree.
They were great.
The Uso Penitentiary was where it was at.
They were great. They went from babyface coloring to dressing normal, average.
When they started dressing like me, I think that's whenever.
Yeah, that's when they became a badass. Because they're on their little lifeline right there. They had to come up with something, or they'll be. They made the Uso Penitentiary. They got fans behind them. Started starting being part of major pay-per-views. No more kickoffs. They were on the show. What? 4th, 5th match on the pay-per-view. A tag team out of all things. You can't beat that.
Yeah. And maybe they go back to being heels. I don't know. I feel like we get them back together in some way, and just kind of the affiliation with Roman falls apart as we work toward Roman versus Rock. I guess somehow we're getting there. Everything feels more like it's Cody versus Rock. Like I said to you earlier, like everything else, nothing else feels important. Everything just feels like it's Cody versus Rock.
And it's funny. When you said after you said that, a lot of shows started popping up talking about how nobody is hardly talking about Cody versus Roman. The whole highlight is about Rocky. I'm like, dang.
See, I guess I'm not the only one.
No, a lot of people talking about that because everybody, from what they have seen, ain't nobody really thinking about Cody versus Roman. They all want to see Rock and Cody.
Yeah, so maybe that's SummerSlam.
Maybe that's what's going to be in the Bloodline rules. It's the Bloodline.
They got to win night 1 to get the Bloodline rules.
They got to win.
Maybe that happens.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe MJF shows up night 2 to cost Cody the title.
MJF, and he out. He recovering. He had surgery done. He healing.
That's what they said. Doesn't mean he has to be back wrestling full time to hit Cody with a chair. So How cool everyone in. Here's my pitch. This is my idea for so MJF is no longer on AEW's roster. His merchandise is pulled down from the shop. And this past Monday on Raw, Cody dropped the Salt of the Earth line in reference to the Rock's mom. So, hey, these guys like me to fantasy book the debut of MJF in WWE, and I think he should debut night 2 and cost Cody everything. He should, whatever it is, man. Night before Friday, the SmackDown before Mania, Paul says, you know what? Worst case scenario, Roman, I can always make a deal with the devil. Mm-hmm. Night 2 comes along. Cody hits Roman with 3-4 crossroads. He survives all the outside interference, whatever it may be. If it's Jacob Fatu and whatever has to happen. Cody's about to pin Roman. The lights go out. Lights come back on. You say it's outside. It's in the stadium, so they've got whatever. They can figure it out. Throw a blanket over everybody. I don't care how they do it. They come back on. Who's standing in the ring with a chair in his hand? But Maxwell Jacob Friedman cracks Cody over the head with it and lays him out. Unprotected chair shot to the head, nonetheless. Lays Cody out. Roman gets the pin. 1, 2, 3. Cody doesn't finish the story yet, and MJF robbed him of it. Instant WrestleMania moment for MJF.
But here's my thing. Here's my thing. You're actually going on my side when I say Cody's not going to finish that story.
Listen, I'm not saying I want Cody to not finish the damn story. I want Cody to win. I don't want this to take place. But if we're going to get MJF in WWE, I mean, this is a good way to do it. I don't know that he's going. I don't know if I even believe that he's going. But, hey, the rumor mill is always fun. It's always fun to fantasy book. But one thing we don't have to fantasy book, Joe.
What's that?
Who's your wrestler of the week?
Ooh. My wrestler of the week. Oh, God.
Want me to go first? I'll go first. Because my wrestler of the week is someone I never would have thought I would pick as my wrestler of the week.
Please say mine. Please ain't the one I'm picking. Please say me.
My wrestler of the week is Adam Copeland. Edge. Him and Christian, man, they put together a great I Quit match. The whole hockey thing was hilarious. I don't know that I've really, other than the TLC match of those two as a tag team, I don't think there's really been an Edge match that I've ever been like, oh, that was a great match. That was a great match. A great match, especially to put on your weekly program. They told a story. It was compelling. A little overbooked at the end, but I think it had to be. I don't know how you got there otherwise, because in the story, if you would have got to that end point without overbooking it, then you have nowhere to go from there. So at least we have somewhere to go. Yeah. Edge is my wrestler of the week. Adam Copeland, whatever. The Edge. I don't know. What do you want to call it, guy?
He's Adam Copeland.
I'll call him AC.
Well, you can still call him the Brady R superstar. You can still call him. He got that.
Sure. We'll call him the rated old superstar.
Okay.
Who do you got, Joe?
Mine is one person you never think of. The last person I would even think of like him.
Is it Okada? You taking Okada for his win over Eddie Kingston?
No.
For the intergalactic locomotive superstar Billy Graham title of the world, or whatever the hell that belt's called?
Yeah. No. Julius Creed. The Creed brothers.
You know, that match was great.
And when I seen him doing all them damn moves, like, damn, he had him going.
Yeah.
He did good in that match.
Why they aren't in that ladder match? I guess, you know, Well, you probably have a lot more time to get them their WrestleMania moment than you do for Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. So maybe it's more important to get Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano on the main card of WrestleMania together. You have a long time with the Creed brothers. As long as these kids stay healthy, man, they got a bright futures ahead of them. That match was so good. They are so talented.
Yeah. We think come up with a better finisher. That's all. They
You don't
need a better finisher.
like that finisher?
A little pick him up on this boom. It's
Like
okay.
a
But it don't
doomsday
look,
device.
yeah, it's like a
I tell you who
man,
hates
and
it.
that great.
Dancing Stevie Richards hates that finisher.
Oh,
Yeah. You ever watch his breakdowns?
I seen a couple of his breakdowns.
Dude, he hates the Creed brothers finisher with a passion because it's so unprotected. You can't really pinpoint where you're going to go. You can't protect your opponent. You can't protect yourself from landing on your opponent. He does not like it.
I can see his point though. You really can't. That's why like it's okay, but it's like
Yeah, he makes a good point. But I like it. But I am an old school Road Warriors fan. I love the Doomsday device. I love it. Any tag team that takes the Doomsday device and does their own spin on it and does something different, I like it a lot. I do think they could probably do something different. I've seen it once. I don't remember what tag team did it in the past, but I feel like the Street Profits could pull it off.
The Ascension did it.
Yeah, they did, but they just did a straight up rip off of. They just did the Doomsday device. But I would like to see someone very athletic take it, the guy on the turnbuckle, flip over and take the opponent and flip them into a neck breaker. You can visualize that sequence. It's always been. I swear I've seen it once before, but that's a sequence I'd always like to see. Just come up over top of your opponent. Guy flips, neck breaker, boom.
Oh,
I swear I've seen it before.
no, I know who did it. It's coming to me. I believe, if I'm right, I think it was when the Big Show and Jericho was a tag team, and the Big Show would have Jericho on top of him, and he would hold the opponent up, and then he did a little flip. I think it was the Big Show and Jericho.
That's not exactly what I visualize. I don't know. Obviously, I can find it. I'll send it to you. We can talk about it next week. If somebody knows, let me know. But in my head, one guy's on a turnbuckle. The other guy has him up in Doomsday device on his shoulders. He flips up and does a neck breaker to the opponent off his teammate's shoulders. Maybe he doesn't have to clear him, but just get to that angle somehow. I don't know. I swear I've seen it before. As a kid, it was the finisher I used whenever I'd have my G.I. Joes wrestle. So that was my tag team finisher, was that move. So I had to have seen it somewhere.
You ain't talking about the Blondes, not the Hollywood, the WWE version of them.
I don't think it was like the Rock and Roll Express or anything that did that.
It's another group. They were like the Hollywood Blondes, but they were like they came out in blue. They was blonde hair.
Joe,
I know.
it's like every wrestling tag team in 1991.
They were brother, like they were like some brothers. Not they were like the Basham brothers, but they have brothers on there. It'll come to me later.
Well, I think we've shocked everyone with me picking Edge as my wrestler of the week.
Mm-hmm.
You got any predictions for this week, Joe?
Predictions are I'm gonna say the next tag team is gonna be a mystery at WrestleMania.
It's gonna
They ain't gonna say who.
be the Hardys.
Nah, I ain't gonna be hard.
It'll be the Hardys.
You know who they say it could be?
Who?
The Motor City Machine Gun.
They are free agents.
They are free agents. They did the taping last night. They are free agents. April 1st, free agents.
I would rather have that than the Hardys. I hope it's Motor City Machine Guns. I'd much rather they go to AEW. But WWE would be a good spot for them, too.
They need more tag teams.
Yeah, they sure do. And, boy, that'd be a great debut, especially if they win.
I know. They're going to win. They win.
If you bring them in, they got to win.
They better. That'd be great. Them versus New Day afterwards. That'd be a great match.
Yeah, that'd be great. I have zero predictions for the week ahead, other than I think we're probably going to continue to plant some seeds of working toward Ray and Dom against each other in some way, shape, or form again. Probably in some sort of tag team situation. I don't think we'll do another one-on-one at Mania with those two, not yet. Maybe next year whenever Ray's ready to hang it up. But I think Rey Mysterio maybe has another world title run in him before he calls it quits.
Yeah.
I think we can get him there. I still like my idea of Dom being the Iron Man next year at Rumble and helping Ray win it.
I can see that. I'll go with that. Yeah.
But that's all I got for this week, Joe.
Okay.
You got anything left unsaid? Anything you want to tell the people?
I do.
What you got?
All right. To everybody listening right now, next Sunday on the podcast, it's the official Illegal Brother Takeover show.
Oh, shit. Joe Takeover Show.
The Takeover show. So, the Takeover show is going to be like this. The whole topic is going to be one rest of the week. This is the rest of the week. And then we move forward to the WrestleMania trivia.
Oh, no. It's time for trivia again?
It's the... And this time, since it's been like 2 night events, there are 20 questions.
20 questions?
Multiple choice, true and false. Oh, I want the whole kitchen.
So next Sunday is Illegal Brother-in-Law WrestleMania Trivia. 20 questions. Live on Instagram. I'm going to have to pay better attention to this Best of WrestleMania 24/7 thing over on YouTube.
Oh.
But we got the Joe Monroe from the Joe Monroe Show hanging out here in the chat. What's up, Joe? We're getting ready to finish off. But in April, I will be a guest on the Joe Monroe Show.
Ooh, okay, there you go.
Yeah. We have to see if he can bring the Illegal Brother-in-Law along, too.
Yeah. Oh, and one more thing. These are not going to be your average WrestleMania questions. These are, flip-a-roo questions.
Why do you always got to make it so hard? It's like you don't want me to win.
If I want people to know more about WrestleMania than that, just your average, Seth Rollins cashed in at WrestleMania 31. There you go.
Well, there we go. Everybody make sure you study up. Be ready. Got the Illegal Brother-in-Law WrestleMania Trivia Show next Sunday, live on Instagram. Stay tuned throughout the week. Drop all kinds of updates. See if I get around to writing any articles. Go check out my opinion of how they're leaving LA Knight in the dust, and then they turned it around right after I wrote the article. So that's fantastic to see. Hopefully we get to see World's Toughest Son of a Bitch LA Knight version 1 coming along. But thank you for checking us out live on Instagram. If you weren't here live on Instagram, thank you for checking us out. Spotify, YouTube, Rumble, wherever you found this podcast. Thank you. I bet it wasn't Google Podcast because I think it's dead now. So YouTube Music.
That's about it.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you for joining us. Thank you. Big shout out to today's sponsor, Chicken Nuggets. Thank you for keeping us all fed and energized. And Mark the Monster loves them. Illegal Brother-in-Law Joe loves KFC nuggets. I'm down for Wendy's. But thank you guys for checking us out. We'll see you guys next week. We're out.
Leo.